one thing I was interested too from talking to you before is like coming up under your brother's tutelage, kind of, and
Yeah.
how you guys would listen to Run-DMC and LL and the Fat Boys, among many other groups. But
Oh yeah.
when you were first hearing this type of music, for me, it totally changed my life in so many ways. But for you specifically, how did hearing those groups at that time change you as a person?
Well, yeah, man. Well, you gotta think I was in third grade, like breakdancing. We could take the cardboard to elementary school and break dance and everything. And even when I was in third grade, I remember going to the middle school to go perform at the middle school when I was breakdancing and doing that, back then too. But it's always just been a part of me, man. I don't know. I don't know when I first heard it or what, but it's just always been a part of me from as far back as I can remember. From the get
Yeah.
go, pretty much, man. I mean, Crush Groove and Beat Street and Breaking and everything, man. It's just everything that had to do with hip hop and popping and locking and breaking and scratching and mixing and all that kind of good stuff, man. I mean, I guess all the elements of hip hop, tagging, all that kind of stuff, the graffiti, everything, man. Just that's how my room was. My room was tagged up with spray cans, and it went from hip hop to more neighborhood stuff after that. But the hip hop was always there, you know what I mean? And that's, always continued doing that no matter what.
Okay. And then what made you
But
go, do you think, from being a fan and listening and loving the music and stuff to actually wanting to write your own rhymes at for the parties and different things?
yeah, man, I don't know, man. I just kind of like listen. I mean, I remember there was a group called Sweet Sensation, the three girls or whatever, and they had some rapper on their thing, and I forgot what song that was, but I sat there and I learned it. I learned that rap, and I see my son doing the same thing right now. He's only 4 years old, and he's just learning people's raps right now, and he don't know what they're saying, but he's wording everything, man, and doing what I was doing when I was younger, and so I can't really say exactly when or what it was, but maybe it was just staying home, man. I couldn't really go out with my brother all the time. I was a young kid, and I just stayed home and learned how to dance and would practice my dancing and everything, man, and mixing when he was out and about, and I had the Technique 1200s back in the room, and I would just stay there and learn how to do that and record my vocals into a tape box, a tape deck, you know what I mean, and loop beats on the tape deck type of thing, and just try to get the flow right to these jams. And I don't know. I guess that's it, man. I just couldn't really, when I couldn't go with them. You gotta, imagine me being a kid, like a young kid, like 12, 13, doing that, because by the time I was 16, I was passing out my first cassette and my album, my first record of Over the 9619, the Mexican Gangster in Tijuana, and I was out there passing them out, and so people could hear them and stuff. So that's when I was 16. So there's not too much time before that you know, where I wasn't doing that. I was always into the music somehow, some way.
Yeah. And speaking of Oh What a Night in the 619, what when you were passing it out and when you were starting to get the momentum from that, what what did the fans or what did the people that were buying it or hearing it or what have you, what were they saying to you that made them like it so much?
Man, I don't know. I think maybe it was the oldie samples and it was put together correctly, and I was 16 years old, and I guess I had a little skill, man. You know what I mean? I had something going on, and we ordered 500 cassettes, and we got rid of them at the indoor swap meets and at the swap meets, and I think that was gonna be it, man. 500 takes, and we were happy. That was gonna be it, but we reordered, man, and and it was doing really good for me, man, back then, and but the longevity is just crazy, and it's crazy just how I got here and how long ago that really was, and how I could still be relevant somehow, some way, without asking for it, without really even trying for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
kind of
and that
true. Yeah,
no, it's amazing because, with Barely Getting By that comes out in like 2002, 2003-ish, that's like more than a decade later when you have another, like I'd say that was probably a really big breakthrough, at least on the outside looking in. That was like a big deal for you, Barely Getting By.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so as that song was blowing up, and you had been doing so much in that decade or so since 01 to 619. How did all of that prepare you for the success you were going to get for Barely Getting By?
Yeah, man. Well, between that time, between the beginning of Over the Night and the 619 and Mexican Gangster, and by the time Crazy Life came out, and I did Natural High and Can't Keep a Good Man Down, and just working with all these different rappers and everything, man. And and the things didn't work out, and but it all molded me to be whatever I am today somehow, some way. I don't know how, but it did, man. And so when I signed with Upstairs Records and Barely Getting By came out on, and that was the first jam ever on the radio, that got me started. And then after that was Neighborhood Music, and then of course Summer Nights, man. I'll bring out the freak in you too. You know what I mean? So I had a pretty good little run with that, man. But I don't know what really prepared me because uh I really wasn't ready for it still, man. You know what I mean? I would like I tell everybody I would cancel shows and everything, man. And it really wasn't cool for the label, man. So people ask me if I ever want to put somebody out or anything, and I wouldn't want to be that headache. I wouldn't want someone to be that headache that I was to the label, even though we became really good friends. Um, you know, but other than that, man, I don't know what prepared me. It's just I don't know. Just all the ups and downs and everything that I've been through, and just kind of molded me to be what I am today, man. It's kind of cool. I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it all.
Yeah,
You know.
and for sure, neighborhood music definitely was a monster thing, especially being in Los Angeles at the time. That was a huge record. Um,
Oh yeah, that one. I was coming home from work and we just sit right there by my brother's truck and shit, man, and have a 12 pack of beer and maybe go get another one, man. For the top seven at seven because I was top four at four already, and we're just out there having a good time, just drinking and listening to the radio station on Power 106, and it was number one for I don't know how long, man, and so we were celebrating every day, for that, but I still had a job and I was still working, I always had a job and always did something on the side, for sure.
and why
Yeah.
did you do that?
Just because I felt like the rap thing was just more like just something fun, it was just fun, what I mean? Something that I like doing, so it can't be a job, right? So but in the long run it ended up being fun, man, and good. And even being that kind of person, going to work every day and doing the rap thing and still going to work, and then just even all that just made me who I am, and you know just appreciate everything that I got, man. I just don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah,
And then the fans are there, man. The fans right now, man. I see the comments and stuff, man. It's just crazy how they were been there for so long and just got my back like that, and it's I couldn't pay for that. You know what I mean? That's a lot of longevity and a lot of people just respecting who I am and what I do and how I carry myself, I guess, and so I thank them too.
yeah, and that's one of the most impressive things to me about your careers. Even with Summer Nights in 2005, we're getting to almost 15 years of your career from Oh What a Night to 619, but this is I would say, your biggest song ever, and it's so much later into your career. That being said, when you were looking at it, did you ever think back, or what were you thinking about? Like, oh man, oh what a night, the Summer Nights. It's just crazy that it took that long. But then when you got there, did you feel a sense of accomplishment? Did it resonate with you what was happening, or was it just like, oh, another song?
Yeah, not just like another song. I mean, I know other people were looking at it a different way than I was, man. And I just, and maybe that didn't people couldn't understand that I didn't understand how big it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's still to this day, man. I mean, it's cool and everything, it's cool and everything, but I guess I still don't understand how big it is, you know what I mean? And because I haven't changed, you know what I mean? I'm the same dude and everything, man. So um I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's crazy, man. Okay.
you know.
Fair enough. And then with Alter the Bueno, because a lot of people with the RIP recording in progress, it's been a minute. So with
Yeah.
that being said, are you gonna be full blown doing a lot of shows and really getting out there, or are you gonna just put it out and see what happens? Like, what's the strategy,
Well,
the
that was
plan?
that was that was the thing at first, man. Me and Fingers were just gonna put it out. just being fingers just for the fans, But then, fuck it, that my label, man, John Lopez, man, ends up being one of my best friends, man, my best friend, and we said, let's just go for it, man, let's do it. Let's just give it one more hoorah, you know what I mean? Let's see what happens, you know what I mean? So we got the team behind it, and so there go the podcast, and there goes the video, and there goes, you know, the things you need to do to make it successful. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been doing, man. We have the shows I've been having them with Magic and Bash for the past 4 years, man. Just selling out these shows and everything, man. So that's not gonna stop. 2024 is already pretty much booked up too, man. You know what I mean? Like every weekend. So I got like 4 more shows this year, and then but next year again, man. It's already started up again. And so yeah, I'm gonna continue doing it till I can't breathe. No more dog and fucking can't move no more. So I'm just doing my thing, man. I get up early in the mornings, up at 4 o'clock this morning, go to the gym and try to stay on my health tip a little bit, man, and just keep going for as long as I possibly can, man.
So when
So
and why did you start getting up at 4 a.m.?
man, when I had my son, pretty much, man, because that's pretty much the only time I could have my time. You know what I mean? He wanted to come. He wanted to be with me and sit in the back seat running up too, but I know he'd be peeking over and everything. But he loves it too, man. He loves the whole thing. This is about Bobby Boy and I'm out. Yeah, he says all those things at 4 years old, man. But just so I could have my time, and that's the only time I could really have it is early in the morning, man. So if I don't get up early in the morning and I wake up at the same time he does, well then he's stuck to me like glue, man, and that's my day. So if I don't wake up at 4 and try to get there at 5, then I probably won't have no time for myself. So that's my me time right there, man.
Wow.
Early in the
Okay.
morning. Yeah, yeah, man. And then the quality time throughout the day with my son and my lady, and I don't go to sleep till they go to sleep. And then I wake up early in the morning all over again. I sleep about 3 hours, 4 hours a night, probably maybe. It's just like clockwork now. I just wake up at 4, like no matter what. I don't have to set my alarm no more. It just kind of just goes off. I just wake up.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to stay healthy, man. I just turned 48 and just yeah, trying to be just take care of myself a little bit, man. Even though
Yeah.
I do drink beer too, but I work it off at the gym.
Well, there it is. All right.
Yeah.
Well, little Rob, man, it's great having you on Unique Access Entertainment, man. I really appreciate it. Anything else you wanted to add before we bounce?
No, that's it, man. But thank you for having me on, man. And just let everybody know to be good people at all times. You know what I mean? It's a crazy world right now, and just be good people, man. We don't want that karma coming back on us. You know what I mean? But yeah,
For
be good
sure.
people. Yeah, so thank you, man, and I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate doing this, and yeah, so stay up, man, and thank you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for having me on, dude.